Well, Megan Heidelberg and Marcus Gaston with the YC Sizzle. You see us on Your Carolina every weekday morning at 9 a.m. and we wanted to show you some of our favorite segments of the week.
We had a great week. It was kind of hard to choose the best ones, but we've kind of narrowed it down. We're starting off with some robotics. These kids were simply impressive.
Yes, and it's the first time something like this has happened.
Let's take a look. The Juggernauts from Northwest Middle School in Travelers Rest, they just had a high honor of competing at the World Championship, the first time a team from Travelers Rest has been able to do this. We have some of the students here with us, Carter, Jude, Crayson, and Sean, along with two of their coaches. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Congratulations, first of all. From Northwest Middle School, you guys also won a state title that qualified you to get into Worlds. Talk a little about the team and what sorts of things you guys do.
So at state, it was pretty competitive. We had, on our team at state, we had Jude, me, and Sean, and Crayson, and then
And you had to qualify to get to Worlds, so you had to have a robot, build a robot to be able to, judges came around and took a look at that. So what was the goal? Like what was the project that you guys had to present to the judges to win state?
So this year's challenge, you have to pick up these balls and shoot them at targets. So we built this robot to do that. And
like from scratch, all the way from scratch.
These are all plastic pieces and you just build them and do your best to try and make the best robot you can.
And I guess if you're out of it, if you can't get the balls where they need to be. So that was pretty cool. How long did it take you guys to build this robot?
This robot took about a month and a half, I would say, to build.
It would take a lot of people a lot longer than a month and a half to build something like that. So it took a lot of work. Do you do it after school? Is it part of during the school day or?
At Northwest, it's an after school program for us.
Okay. What was the most challenging part about the robot? I'm sure that you guys, every day, something different probably came up.
Probably one of the hardest things was the fact that it kept on breaking. And sometimes the balls wouldn't go into targets because of the...
Yeah, I'm sure things were breaking all the time, and you guys had to come up with solutions, which is, for the coaches here, doing this helps them kind of come up with that problem-solving techniques that you have to use in all types of projects.
Sure, that's right, Jamarcus. So a lot of these kids are curious about everything around them. They ask a lot of questions, and so the program teaches them how to deal with problems, how to deal with stress, how to deal with each other, how to solve problems and talk through issues and communicate. And then they attack the problem using an engineering process where they look at what the problem is and then they scope out 2-3 different solutions and they pick the best. And obviously these guys did good, so they got to Worlds.
Yeah, making it to Worlds. Talk about, this is the first time a team from Northwest has been able to make it to that competition. That's a big ordeal.
Yes, that is. We've actually had this program in Northwest now for a number of years, and we have sent teams to states before and have performed fairly well. This year, 2 teams of the 5 that we had went to states, and they came in first and third. And so the first place team actually gets invited to Worlds. Like we said, it was in Dallas, and these guys went to Worlds
that's
for that.
Pretty spectacular. We want to see the robot, so you guys are going to demo and show us a little something that it can do?
Yes, sir.
So tell us what we're going to see here from you all.
So we can pick up these 2 balls, and this roller back here can spin them into the low goal. And then there's a high goal, and we have a catapult here. We'll show you that in a second. That'll shoot it into the high goal.
Okay.
So we can...
Nice. This is incredible.
And then we can spin them out the back.
And there's a catapult that pushes it out over, and does someone catch it, or does it just kind of catapult it into the air?
It just catapults it into the air.
Nice.
There's a goal
that
you have to knock down a flag as it goes up over that.
So all types of obstacles in there.
That's part again. Show them the shooting again.
Yeah, let's do that again. And what ages are we talking about? It's incredible for anybody to build something like this, but what are your ages?
So we're in the middle school division. So he's in 7th grade, I'm in 6th, he's in 8th, and Sean's in 7th.
Nice. What was your favorite part about being at Worlds? I'd imagine interacting with some of the other teams too was pretty cool.
We got to see a bunch of other teams from
The microphone.
we got to see a bunch of other teams from like Nigeria, South America, some from China, a lot of them from China, but also some of them were American. So that was the most wonderful part of it. We get to meet other people.
Yeah. Do you guys get, as you get out of middle school, are there other teams as you get into high school too?
Some of the high schools in Greenville County do have robotics programs, but the Travelers Rest High School does not have one.
Okay.
So we try to keep them involved by bringing some of the students back as junior coaches.
Yeah.
Crayson is going to come back and help us. We do a summer camp, and so Crayson is going to come back and help us with the camp. And then depending on what school he goes into, Greenville system, some of them have high school teams, some of them don't.
I'm sure some of these may be interested in starting a high school team. I mean, it has to be a first time for everything, right? Do you have something that you really enjoyed from Worlds?
Definitely just seeing other cultures. Like, basically they had booths for every team, and around them they would have like little things displaying from where they were, and a lot of them have things showing their culture. And it was just really cool to see all the different communities.
Well, congratulations, guys, and thank you for bringing the robot to show us exactly how it works. And we'll put all the information on our website in case you want to get in touch with the team, or you know a young person that maybe want to get involved with it. Thank you, guys. Come back and see us again the next time you go to Worlds, right? We get to States first, and then we'll have you back then. Thank you all so much.
Well, this episode of Style Session took us to Simpsonville on Woodruff Road to the cutest little boutique called Southern Chic Boutique. And y'all, you walk in and it is everything Southern. Ladies, I'm so excited to be here. I love this relationship because Sally was the OG owner. And then Shelby, you took over how long ago?
It's been about 2 years.
About 2 years. And we've been in this location for seven,
A little over 7 years, yeah.
7 years. Tell me a little bit about the boutique.
Well, we're kind of known just for the Southern style, special pieces, dresses. We like really bold patterns, colors. We're also known really for our game day. It's coming soon.
Oh, yes, girl.
We are kind of known as the shop to come and get all of your tailgating clothes.
Game day rules the South.
Right? As if you win the tailgate, then sometimes
and you can't wear the same thing twice.
No, that would be a sin.
In the same season, you can't do it. You got to have a new outfit every week.
Exactly. I know a good place to come and do it. And I love this dynamic too because, you know, y'all are still, you know, your buddies, even though, you know, you now own it. And
yeah, we work together and we're good friends. So she lets me come in and play around and try on all the clothes and have fun.
I love it. People are calling now, trying to get this stuff. It looks like one of the places too that, you know, people come in, you probably have your usuals and you just know, you're like, you need this, I've saved this for you. Yes. If you're not a usual because you haven't been here before, tell me that, you know, what you're going to find and how you help. Because sometimes coming into a new place, it can kind of be
intimidating. Yes, and we absolutely do not want you to feel like that. We want everyone to feel welcome. We'll listen to what you're kind of looking for, and then we just will kind of show you around. I think almost every time somebody comes in, they find something that they love.
And it's fun too having someone like y'all that knows, because you know we'll go to the same thing that we always do.
We kind of help you get out of the box, not get the same thing all the time. The one thing I love about Southern Girl Chic is that you can find something for every budget. We have some really nice designer dresses and we have some everyday dresses. We also cater to, you know, 20-year-olds and 70-year-olds from all over. Southern styles, you know, a little bit more neutral styles, mostly color, but you can find something in here for sure, where there's jewelry, shoes, dresses, separates, lots of fun stuff, and also gifts as well. So
I love it. And
a little something for everybody.
Yeah, I love it. And the jewelry, y'all know, like you mean, the accessories, it's everything. We love all of our heart. We're talking, you know, heart. But then too, you know, the Julie Voss, like, I mean, not everybody gets to carry, you know, all this jewelry all the time. So that's kind of a, you know, something that sets y'all apart. When are you open? What are all the hours?
We are open Tuesdays through Saturdays. Tuesday through Friday is 10 to 5. Saturdays is 10 to 4.
Okay, if you're looking for a really fun place to come shop, this is at Southern Girl Chic in Simpsonville, right off of Woodruff Road. Lots of parking, very easy to get to, and a little bit of something for everyone. So thanks, ladies. Let's go shop.
Thank you.
Well, we're starting Movement Monday with some startling facts. Look at your screen. All this is according to the American Cancer Society. More than 2 million people will be diagnosed with cancer this year alone. Many of those people will be under 50, and y'all, mainly women. Cancer incidence in women under 50 are 82% more than in men, but Experts say that incorporating strength training into their lifestyle can cut the risk of death from cancer up to 40%. So joining us today, we have Harry King, a certified trainer at Planet Fitness, who is going to share some easy ways to get started, because some people, maybe the reason they're not doing strength training is they're a little intimidated.
Very much so, yes. Especially the ladies.
Yes.
Especially the ladies.
I know, we think, oh, we're just going to get so bulky.
Everybody will be looking at me.
Yes, right? It's so good for us. What are some of the benefits of strength training?
Strength training, first off, makes you stronger to do activities of everyday living.
Yeah.
It increases your muscles, it increases the blood flow, improves your metabolism. A lot of good benefits come from weight training.
And of course, we talked about how it impacts your risk of cancer. It reduces
Absolutely.
those risks, which is really important. We're seeing lots of stories even this weekend with folks getting cancer. So it's like one of those things, like the more you can do to combat that, the
It
better.
probably improves your chances of not getting cancer by 40%.
Wow.
So it's well worth the time to go to the gym.
Yes.
And do some weight training.
And y'all love your story too. It's inspiring. You didn't become a certified personal trainer until 80 years old?
79 or 80 years old.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
That's impressive. So people, they see you working out, they're like, well, I don't have an excuse. Age is not one of those excuses you can use.
And it's really important as you get older, like I am, to take up weight training. People don't think they should, but it helps our bone density, helps our strength, improves our balance, less falls.
Functional fitness, carrying those grocery bags in.
Oh, yeah,
grandkids.
Mainly picking up the grandkids.
Right?
Yes.
You got to be able to throw them.
Which is why we're going to be doing some curls and a little bit of some shoulder
Shoulder
work. So
exercise,
what should we do today, Harry?
Well, let's start off with a few curls.
Okay.
Just to warm up. So we're going to start here, bring it up, go down slow.
No bouncing, just all up, controlled movement, right?
Yeah, we don't let the weight bring it down. We control the weight coming down.
And even with something like with low weight, you can still get some big impacts?
Absolutely. And you can slowly increase the weight as you get stronger and
Right.
get more used to the exercise.
Because you see people in the gym doing this where you're just
the
like,
second you're rocking,
And
you're not using your,
You wanna
you're
control
not
it.
using your
I want to go over and tell them, don't do that.
Yes.
I've seen you in the gym. You're always cautiously walking around, offering your advice where you can.
Yes.
All right. So
Okay, let's do some shoulders.
Some presses.
Here, just shoulder presses.
Nice.
And y'all, shoulders are one of those that don't feel like you got to be some macho and throw up a ton of weight. A little bit of weight goes a long way.
I know, you
It
can do
does,
like
but
Pilates.
another important thing about the shoulders is that shoulder has so many planes of motion.
Yes.
Goes more, any other joint we have, it has more motion, so it's important to strengthen that shoulder.
And you want to look good in a tank top, too.
I was going to say,
you do.
it's just for vanity reasons too.
You gotta look good
I
in
mean, you want to look good in a tank top, but it's also
So here goes
lots of
a
function.
great shoulder exercise. We start out with a front raise
Oh yeah, these hurt, Harry.
and
Ooh.
a scapular,
Yeah.
and then out to the
Flies.
side.
Yep.
Nice.
So front,
So you can do a front.
I mean, no, that's like only 3.
At
And
an
my
angle
shoulders
here.
are fire right now.
and then
On
out to
fire.
the side.
Harry, do you take on clients? Could people watch and say, I want Harry to train me? Or is it just part of just being at Planet Fitness and they'll see you out there?
Yeah, no, I work at the gym, the Planet Fitness gym on Wade Hampton.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
you at the
And
Wade Hampton one all
If
the
you're
time.
a Planet Fitness member, come on over and let's work out.
I love it. Let's go pump some iron, y'all. So many benefits. You can visit and find the Planet Fitness closest to you. All the information on their screen. Find their website. Harry, we thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
And I love it. It's affordable, too, so get that free
Oh, it
training
is.
in. Thank you, Harry.
Yes.
Extremely affordable. We have a trainer available with no charge. You can get personal training for $40 an hour, but basically it's 30-minute classes, no charge. So come over and take advantage of that at Planet Fitness.
Absolutely.
Accessible.
Have you ever wanted to write a book? What about 50? Our next guest and author, Jeff Crawford, has written over 50 books, all different genres. You're looking at some of them right there. They're all different. I love all the covers of them. Jeff, thanks for being on the show this morning.
It's an honor and a treat. I appreciate being here.
Absolutely. When did you decide, I think I want to write a book?
Actually, it was strange. I'd been thinking about it because I had a long history of hunting and fishing, and I was a cowboy in my younger years.
Yeah.
And I had all these stories, and I thought it would make a fun book.
Yeah.
But I never really gave it a lot of thought until I had to have surgery. And he said, you're going to be sidelined for 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
And I didn't know what I was going to do with my time. So I said, well, I'm going to start writing a book. So I did, and I wrote it and 8 more because it was a lot of fun to do.
Did you just keep coming up with ideas as you're writing? You're like, that's
Yeah.
not going to fit here, but it'll fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I had these 8 books, and then they all went in the bottom of a desk drawer because they were horrible. I didn't know how to write. I didn't know anything about it. But the 9th one, something clicked, and it worked. And that was the first one we published. And then I just sort of took off running, and I've never run out of ideas yet.
That's crazy, because it's one thing to have an idea, but then to keep it going for a whole book. Do you ever get stuck? What do you do? How do you get unstuck?
I usually go play my banjo.
Okay.
Or do a little woodworking.
Okay.
But it doesn't take but about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I hear people talk about writer's block for days and weeks.
Right.
A couple hours. If it's more than that, you're just not trying.
You're not trying. Oh, okay.
You know, I mean, because it's there. You just got to figure out how to do it.
How to plug it.
And then, and then you just take off running again and see what happens. Because it's as big a surprise to me what happens in a book as it is to the reader. Because I don't outline. I don't know before I start it what is going to happen. I figure it out as I go. And most of the time, I'm pretty surprised at the end.
That's kind of fun, because some people know exactly. They have the beginning and the end.
Right.
In the middle, they're just kind of making it up to meet those. So I like it. You're like, well, let's see where this ride goes.
No, I've gotten down to the last page and had no idea how it was going to end.
That's so fun. Do you have a favorite kind of genre? Because I'm seeing, that's a bunch right there.
My publisher wants me to say Westerns.
Okay, well that makes sense with your cowboy background.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, Westerns are fun and I like to write dark, not necessarily horror, but I like to write dark things that are going to make you pull the blanket up to your chin while you read, and turn the lights on at night. I like to write those, and I like pure suspense.
I do too. That's what I like to. We're like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed as soon as I finish this chapter. Oh gosh, no, now it's like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I want that one more chapter.
Yes,
that's the ones that I really like to write.
Yes. Well, Jeff, where can we find your books?
The best place to find my books is my Amazon author page, Jeff Crawford on Amazon. You can see all 54 books, I think it is now, and 55 will be coming out sometime next week that I'm writing with another writer named Charles Ray. And that's a really interesting book. But yeah, they're all there, and you can get them in. There's a few romance books, there's some suspense, there's some horror, and there's a lot of Westerns and mountain men books.
I think it's so cool. I love getting in the minds of authors because I love to read and I love to hear your process. So thank you so much, Jeff. Again, find him on his Amazon page, Jeff Crawford.
Jeff Crawford.
Thank you, Jeff.
Megan, it's a part of our tradition, the Greenville Scottish Games happening this week. You know that summer is here when these guys come to town.
When I see my favorite people in there, as Jack would, make a skirt comment.
Of course.
He's not here, I got to do the jokes, Jay Spivey.
Yeah, Jay Spivey, always good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. For people who have not been to the Greenville Scottish Games, tell them what they're going to get on Friday and Saturday.
It's so much fun. The Great Scott Parade is Friday at 6 p.m. on Main Street, and it's from the Peace Center up to almost in front of the Hyatt. We'll have 67 different units in the parade this year. Pipe bands, heavy athletes, volunteers, Scottish organizations, it's just fun. It's just huge fun.
And this is a big year for you guys.
This is the 20th year since our founding.
Wow.
So we're so excited, and the game's at Furman on Saturday. Of course, it's all day. Everybody's Scottish on that day, so we want everybody to come and join themselves. And it'll be heavy athletic competitions, piping and drumming competitions, We Scotland set up for the kids, Celtic music all afternoon, and the linchpin is our military salute. And really the reason this honor guard is here, the two Scots are part of the Royal Regiment of Scotland.
Okay.
British Army, they're a light infantry unit. Actually the most decorated unit in the British Army.
Wow.
So every year we bring over 8 guys that are sponsored by the St. Andrews Society of Upper South Carolina, and they serve as our honor guard and spend the week here. So this is just an awesome opportunity for us to develop this relationship that's been going on for like 15 years.
And Jay, you're in charge of keeping all 8 of them out of trouble for a week.
Who's actually in charge is Sergeant Major Chris Andrews.
Okay.
He's the leader of the team this year, and it's just great having them over.
Yeah, and Sergeant Major, what does it mean for you guys to be a part of this celebration here in Greenville and getting to experience what it's like being in the city? I'm sure it's a lot of fun for you guys.
Oh, it's an absolute privilege to be here. We witness guys year in, year out, literally fighting to get the honour of coming across here. It's such a unique and fantastic opportunity. It's just great to be here. I had no idea this place is laden with amazing history. So it's just a fantastic place to be, having so much fun.
Yeah. Have any of these guys been to Greenville before as a part of the Scottish, or these are all new ones to come into this?
No, it's just every there's 8 different people are selected.
8 different every year.
Every year. So so as you can imagine, it's a very hence why they always fight to get on these, because no one ever returns.
Right.
You know, so it's great. It's absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. So do we need tickets to come to the parade? Is totally free, but on Saturday there's an admission process. Tickets we need.
We sell tickets to the main gate at Furman, and so we'll end up with 12,000-15,000 people out at the games. But yeah, it never sells out. We'll take as many as show up.
It is
Because
really
Furman's
cool.
kind of a pretty big place.
They got a little bit of space over
there's
there,
a lot of room.
and it's a perfect setting too.
Yes.
I think it's cool to see the military salute and all of that stuff. So and the games that you don't get to see all the time. Really cool to be able to see.
Jay, how
it.
about you dialing up the perfect weather?
Oh my
I
gosh!
mean, we've done
We
this
need
in
to-
100 degrees,
Yes.
and now we're going to get like 70.
And the breeze today, it's like being in Scotland. So this is absolutely
we try to
perfect.
make it like home.
That's right.
Less like South Carolina and
Yes.
late May.
Yes,
It's gonna be beautiful.
with my competitive spirit, I love like the games part. So explain too, kind of what games that we see on Friday.
I'll tell you, there's men and women competing Saturday at Furman, and so the telephone pole, the caber,
Yes.
tossing that. Those weigh 150, 180 pounds. That is not. That's a science to pick that up and get it turned end over end. But they throw stones like shot put.
Right.
Toss weights, toss sheaths. I mean, it's really interesting to watch. And the men and women that do it, I mean, they're athletes. This is tough stuff.
100%.
Yeah. How are they chosen to compete in the
Well,
games?
they sign up and register.
Okay.
And then there are games all over the country.
Gotcha.
So a lot of the athletes and pipe bands go and compete at other games for points, and they actually have associations that keep up with all that.
See, that's really cool. So this brings in, not only is it just great entertainment, but just what you're bringing in to, to the city. So go
for 20 years.
Yes.
So thank you. I mean, back when it started, we're like, maybe it'll happen a couple years. We don't know if it's going to continue, but this guy's putting in a lot of work to make it happen. So thank you so much for all that you do for the city. Welcome to Greenville, everyone. Thank you for what
we
you
hope
do.
you enjoy your visit here.
Yeah. It's a decent city. We like it all right.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. You can always go to Gallibray.com for more information. Again, the Great Scott Parade is on Friday afternoon at 6 o'clock, I do believe. And then, of course, the game's all day at Furman University on Saturday. Get your tickets at the gate.
Yes, and it couldn't be a Scottish segment without a little bagpipe. So
bagpipes, working out, a little bit of everything,
Everything,
right?
yes. I say, if you liked any of that and like, ooh, I just need more, hey, go to our website, yourcarolina.tv. You'll find everything we do. And of course, follow us on social. We're trying to post all the behind the scenes and all the fun things you need.
And if you have nothing else to do at 9 o'clock in the morning, you can always watch us live on Your Carolina. But thank you for joining us for this week's YC Sizzle. See you next time.
See you on TV, 9 a.m.